Kelly heads up the most powerful crime family in London, Clan Kelly, which should at least be easy to remember.
Under her old man, they were a bit player. Then he died, and her rivals started disappearing. Her enemies, her friends, her family. They call her Bloody Mary for a reason.
Early on, Mary abandoned cash in favor of cryptocurrency and brought the Kellys' criminal business online.
It makes weapons smuggling, drug running, money laundering all a lot easier without a cash trail. The woman single-handedly modernized organized crime in London. She considers herself to be untouchable. Case in point, from my files you retrieved. Darla Covington, 19. Sasha Haddad, 28. Radek Stavkovic, 24. All disappeared.
It's difficult to find good help these days, isn't it, love? Most people, they ain't driven. Not like you. Because they feel worthless, don't they? The way that the world is, how it uses people. It's horrible. It's nice that you have a purpose. Oh, that'll be me, love.
We aren't finished here.
This was a courtesy. Oh, give my regards to their families. It's horrible losing someone you love. Nice meeting you, Caitlin.
As you can see, she'll never respond to interrogation. But there is one place she feels comfortable talking, the Sandstone residence.
Inspector Lau thinks a police bug in the Kellys' headquarters may have the evidence she needs to finally convict Bloody Mary.
Sandstone is their center of operations. I know the data on that bug will take her down. Get it for me, and I swear I'll put her away forever.
Pushing the coordinates to your optics.
Sabine here, Inspector Lau. I'm curious how you think you can bring Mary Kelly to justice now, with no backing. Even before Albion took over policing, you couldn't lock her up. And she goes on treating humans like cattle.
I had to work within the system. Yes, it was corrupt. I knew it. I just didn't know how bad it was. I thought a strong enough case couldn't be buried.
Exactly. Your naivety got the better of you last time. How can we know it won't happen again?
Because I'm taking it to a contact in the Attorney General's office, an honest solicitor with a hard-on for organized crime, specifically for Mary Kelly. Look, our methods may differ, but I want to help those people as much as you do.
All right. But however this goes down, there's no way we're letting Mary slip the net again. That's not how DedSec does things. Let's get to Sandstone.
In a shocking example of privacy invasion, the hacker group known as DedSec have leaked sex tapes belonging to local celebrity and MP candidate Vanessa Ahmed. Despite the video's poor quality, she can be seen engaged.
What the hell?
It appears someone has committed a sex crime against a celebrity in our name. Unless one of you did this without me knowing.
No way, mate. Trust me. I know how hard it is to get embarrassing shit off the internet. I wouldn't do that to anyone.
I'm assuming you don't watch TV news because you're capable of passing sentences with more than 4 words. So, just so you know, Ms. Ahmed is presently at the Crozier and Cherry Tree pub in Camden, dodging awkward questions about her bottom.
Thank you, sweetie. We can't become known as a sex tape clearinghouse. She needs to know it wasn't us. With any luck, that'll put an end to her slagging us off online.
We need assistance to resume patrol. Over.
All units. Possible suspect or suspects reported near your location.
Control, we're in pursuit. Over.
God, I'm good.
Security here is state-of-the-art, quite impenetrable. Unless, of course, you flew a drone through the window one of Mary's mouth breathers left open.
Terminating pursuit and coming back.
The recording device is in her security room.
Getting there should be a simple matter of navigating the vents.
What the hell?
She's using these people as house servants, against their will.
Horrible in itself, but a million times worse knowing they end up as unwilling organ donors.
You have a real fucking attitude problem. Do you know that?
Please, I need help.
Fucking idiot. Do you piss everyone off the way you're pissing me off, you wanker? Stupid git.
That's it. Let's see what kind of recording we've got on her. Just look at this place. This is what comes of old crooked money. The Kelly family has been profiting from people's misery for a long time. She's got this shit all over the manor.
So you've been in there before? Is that how you ended up in the basement of the Southwark incinerator?
We needed something incriminating, so we decided someone had to get in here and plant a bug. I wasn't going to assign someone else to do that. You saw how Mary uses the people she grabs out of the EPC, and the staff's uniform's not hard to mimic, so I went in. What I didn't know was that she had intel on our investigation, my team. I thought going off book would stop the leaks, but she still knew we were coming. She tortured me for the names of my team, tried to break me, but cops don't give up cops. Turned out she already knew the whole unit and put hits out on them. The woman is a mind fucker.
You're fortunate she didn't put one of those microchips in you. I suppose she knew you'd rather die than serve her.
That's how I ended up on that butcher's table. So many reasons to want to rid the world of her, but it wouldn't be enough to just put one in her brain. My mates died trying to bring her to justice. I have to honor that.
Look at the state of you. Look what you've done to yourself after everything I've done for you.
You made me a slave. All of us. Please, let me go. Take this thing out.
Back to your old life. Back to nothing. Back to you 2.5 screaming blighters in your dead-end job and sucking off the dole. You don't want that, love. This microchip is scary, I know, but I got to keep tracks on my merchandise, don't I? And this kitchen knife, that won't do it, love. Cutting yourself affects my bottom line.
You won't. I can't live like this anymore.
No. You're all right there. It's all right, sweetheart, because I have another use for you. Ooh, paying attention, are we? Good. Be sure and spread the word. You know where this one goes. Get these two and all the others over to the venue and ready for the sale.
Right away, ma'am. Also, the foreign investors have already landed and the drones are programmed, ready to deliver the invitations and the coordinates to all the guests.
It's that initiative I'm smelling, Peter. Initiative can be a dangerous thing. Can be misinterpreted. Fuck's sake.
This is insane. How did Mary get her hands on this kind of tech? It takes a sick mind to come up with killer microchips.
Perhaps a disease mind, but definitely an ingenious one. Perfect psych profile for a group like Zero Day, wouldn't you say?
Her affiliations aren't my priority, Bagley. She's keeping these people enslaved. And it sounds as if she's selling them. This is huge.
So that's what the microchip is for. Compliance. The second you step out of line, she can slaughter you and sell you for parts.
DedSec, we'll have to crash that slave auction. Get all the information we can out of there. The location will be on the invitations. She hasn't sent out the invitation yet, but when she does...
Bagley, monitor the drone networks. Give us a heads up when Mary sends out her fleet. Until then, I reckon we're in a holding pattern.
I'll get in touch if I hear about anything else that might interest you. Cheers, DedSec.
London is in a state of emergency. Albion is permitted to secure the safety of the city by any means necessary. Sure thing, okay. I guess. Now, what I mean, right.
Since we're waiting for our cordial invitation to Mary Kelly's tasteless theme party, we can finally get back to what really matters, solving the mystery of Zero Day. Who are they, and why did they frame DedSec for the bombings?
Bagley, what do we have?
Glad you asked. Today, the great AI detective has 2 leads for his dog's body politic. Obviously, Albion needs looking into, but I also have a more unusual thread for you to pull on. There's a new hacktivist group on the dark web scene called the 404. But instead of being in it for the lulz, this lot seems to be in it for the brutal reshaping of society by any means necessary. Sound like anyone you know?
It seems I have options.
I've marked both on your optic. I found a potential recruit for you. Drop in a pin on your map. I hate to interrupt you while you're busy resisting, but I thought you might want to know that one of your operatives just got grabbed off the street and shoved into an unmarked van.
Damn!
Quite. Fortunately, I took a look through our ever-expanding enemies list and I think I've identified the culprit. Finding him should lead us to our missing operative.
On it.
Finishing work at 9, hitting studio till 6. Starting work at 12, same old shit for the kids. Man tryna rep for the area, man tryna make it big. Man's been thinking about this computer.
You look like the sort who might want to take back their city.
Would you happen to be in DedSec? Because I have some information you'll find useful.
Go on.
I, along with 300 of my colleagues, were all made redundant a few weeks ago.
How dreadful.
Thankfully, I managed to land on my feet, but something about the layoff stinks to high heaven. What company has the resources to replace 300 skilled workers like that? It's preposterous.
And you'd like DedSec to investigate this replacement?
Precisely. I never forget a favor. Help me and I'll help you however I can.
Pardon.
Can I help you?
A tech corporation acting unethically? Sounds out of character, but let's investigate anyway.
Suppose I can look into it?
That's right.
Warning. Guards are on high alert. Pedestrians may be held suspect.
That's my cue to retreat.
You've arrived at our contact's former employer, and aside from some heavily armed security guards, it's basically a ghost town.
Isn't that interesting?
I don't think this replacement is on site. Dig around and see if you can figure out where they are.
Always good to change your look. Careful now.
You could do your corporate espionage from there.
Sending you the data.
Copy that. I'll analyze the company records while you get to safety.
Bagley, what do we have?
Well, I found our prospect's replacement. It's an AI. And a pretty shoddy one at that. Nowhere near as smart as me. It could maybe replace a few million humans at most.
Bloody hell.
Oh, right. I suppose from your perspective, that's a lot. If you like, we can go destroy it before it puts anyone else out of work.
Very good. Forward me the coordinates.
$1.5 billion passengers a year.
Across 450 kilometres of network.
25,000 cameras work with 3,500 new security barriers.
To protecting our 200 kilometres of tunnels.
But we're more than just stats.
We're reliable.
We're dependable.
We're safe.
London Underground. Getting people where they need to go since 1863. Safely.
The job-killing AI's code blueprint has been packed up into a crate on site.
Lovely. Time for a bit of destruction. This could be dangerous. Down you go. Save it for later.
You can't have gone far.
Wow, okay. Well, they will be waking up, I guess.
Can't be too careful. Not right now.
There it is. Time to do your destroying other people's property thing. successfully murdered. Now get to safety and I'll send our friend the good news.
There. Take a breath. Okay, so this is weird, but your replacement? It's an AI. I'm afraid you've been automated, darling.
You can't be serious.
The company behind all this was poised to put your entire industry out of work. Thankfully, DedSec stepped in and put a stop to it.
Thank you, dear.
DedSec could always use more people. Interested?
Right. Count me in.
Uh-huh. Okay. Oh, I'm listening. Serious. You think I'm not serious? Yeah.
Objectionable world. I am Andy. So good luck finding me.
Great. Absolutely. If you can.
Potential threat.
Right, let's talk about Albion PMC, the only British organisation to successfully oppress more of the developing world than the British government. Led by Nigel Cass, a man the partisan media calls a charismatic visionary, and Amnesty International calls a war criminal. Albion was given the key to the city to re-establish order following the bombings.
Suspicious timing, to put it mildly.
It is. So that's two reasons why we need to find an angle on Cass.
We've found one. His name, Hamish Balaji. Born in London, Balaji was a recipient of the Cass Foundation Technical Scholarship at 14, which included a mentorship with Cass himself. At 16, Balaji designed Cass's first drone fleet. Fun fact, Cass delayed the launch by a week so it would land on Balaji's birthday.
Cass sounds like Balaji's second dad. Why would he help us?
They had a falling out after an incident in the Niger Delta 3 years ago. A buried human rights investigation accuses Cass of ordering a drone fleet to wipe out a village protesting the construction of a pipeline, but the drones malfunctioned before they could. Balaji is named as the likely saboteur. He's been on the run ever since, but now tracking data shows he's reappeared in London.
Shit, he's looking for redemption like with the protesters. This guy designed Cass's drone fleet. I think he's trying to disarm Albion.
He covers his tracks well, but that's a good guess. Unfortunately, according to this Albion intelligence report intercepted by our friend Caitlin Lau, Cass knows Balaji's in London as well. So, that's the op. Make contact with Balaji before Albion finds him, then convince him we have a mutual enemy in Cass.
So this guy's our best chance to stop Albion and clear our names. And the largest private army on Earth wants him dead. No pressure.
It took some doing, but I've narrowed down the area where we're most likely to find Hamish Balaji. I've pushed the coordinates to your optic. This is an interesting bit of literature. A journalist has implicated Albion in the disappearance of his source. He claims to have video evidence. We can find this paragon of the Fifth Estate at Food Town if you feel like contributing to another black eye for Albion.